So let go of the fears. If I go free, I will die. I think this is probably the number one holdback for all of us. I will die if I go free. These feelings are going to keep me surviving. They are my protection. I'll get angry and I'll swing at them. Or I'll get courageous and wipe them out. Look into your feelings. Examine them. Identify exactly what they are. They are pro-survival, but actually, in effect, anti-survival. We all have that feeling, I will die if I go free. All you die to is the miseries. You take the great ones. Did Buddha disappear when he got free? I think he went back to being prince or king, did he not? Did Jesus die? Yeah, but he used it to prove immortality. He came back in 3 days. And he's still around. So is Buddha. Yogananda was a free one. Look what he did. Came over from India and set up a huge organization. Ran it all by himself. And when he left in 52, I met his disciples, I think it was 54. They were still totally bewildered, not knowing what to do, because Yogananda did everything in the organization. They were paralyzed for several years because he was doing everything. Now, he was a free one. Look what he did. Had 3 gorgeous properties. Set them up. Got tens of thousands of followers. An interesting story on his body. I met his disciples. 2 different ones told me about it. He had 6 feet. He couldn't stand on them. They hurt. And one day he had to give a talk at their headquarters out in the open. Probably 1,000 or a few thousand people there. They carried him into the car. He couldn't walk. When he got there, the people were there. And when they got ready to carry him out, he said, "Oh no, not in front of people." He got out of the car on his own, and he walked up to the platform. Marie Nalini is the name of the sister who told me about it. She said, she looked at him, and she noticed his feet were not touching the ground because they hurt. He levitated up to the platform. No one knew it, except she and the disciples around him who had to carry him into the car. Now, I tell you that to not try to judge a free one by what he's doing. You pick on, well, someone said I took some vitamins. Well, wonderful. What's wrong with vitamins? I sleep. I eat. So what? The question is, do I have to? And the only reason why the great ones live like we do is because we can't comprehend them if they don't. They come down into our limitations. so they can communicate with us. But like Yogananda, he had 6 feet and he had to walk. He didn't want to show it to the public, so he levitated. But I think the real reason why most of the masters are quite sick at times. Vivekananda, all his life, had a terrible body, excruciating pains. They do it as a reminder to them that they are not that body. Because they don't suffer the body, no matter how much it hurts. They'll laugh, the body's hurting. It doesn't bother them. They don't identify with it. They identify with their beingness. Beingness cannot hurt. You can do the same thing. But try to get rid of, I will die if I go free. That's what Michael went through, right, Michael? You'd lose everything. Everything's gone. It isn't. When you're free for the mere thought, you can have anything. I'm telling you, you could have 100 bodies and talk to 100 different people at the same time because there are no limitations. And if you read the autobiography of a yogi, several of the masters, after they died, came back. Yukteswar was one of them. He spoke to 4 people, 10 o'clock the next morning, in a physical body at the same time. There are no limitations when we are free. I'm trying to propagandize you into letting go of fear of dying, of the fact that if I go free, I'm finished. It's just the opposite. You've got to watch that tricky mind of yours. It keeps you down in the dumps. You shouldn't have to work for a living. You're an infinite being. There are other worlds where people never curse in the work for a living. Nature supplies an overabundance of everything for the mere thought of it. In fact, as I said last time, there's nothing out there but the outpicturing of your mind. If you picture slavery, you're a slave. If you picture freedom, everything comes to you without effort. Stop wasting time on the body. It creates karma. And karma is a harmer. You can never rid yourself of karma because to every act there's an opposite and equal act. That's the first law in physics. But it applies to us. As you're trying to work out karma, you're creating karma for the future. It's impossible to work out karma. But what you can do is transcend it, see what you are, and there is no karma. More specifically, karma is programs. And basic programs are feelings, and the most basic program is a feeling of separation.